You know that feeling when someone asks you, "How are you feeling?" You reply with, "I'm fine." Not because you're not feeling anything, but because you generally have no idea what to call it. Is it anxiety, stress, overwhelm, sadness, frustration? All of them? Or none of them? And the worst part, when you can't name it, you can't process it. You just sit in it. So today I'm going to show you a system I use to identify exactly what I'm feeling, even when my emotional state feels like a tangled mess of everything at once. Now, this isn't some therapy talk or journaling prompts. It's a practical map that turns emotional confusion into emotional clarity. Because here's the truth. You can't regulate what you can't identify, and most of us are walking around emotionally illiterate, wondering why we feel stuck. Let's fix that. So, most people have a vocabulary of about 5 emotions: happy, sad, angry, anxious, and the classic fine. And fine isn't even an emotion, it's what you say when you don't want to think about it. But here's what actually happens when you can't name your emotions. Your body holds on to them, and your nervous system stays activated. So, research also shows that the accumulation of negative emotions causes serious health consequences long term. And I spent years in this fog. Someone would ask how I was doing, and I'd say stress, because that was the only word that felt close enough. But stressed about what? Was I stressed about exams or about the lack of free time in my life? Or was I actually scared about the future? This lack of precision kept me stuck, because when you say I'm stressed, your brain doesn't know what to do with that. It's too vague and too undefined. But when you say I'm feeling shame about not meeting my own standards, suddenly your brain has something to work with. It can process, problem solve, and it can move forward. Emotional granularity is the difference between being stuck in your feelings and moving through them. Stars when you shine, you know how I feel. Scent of the pine, you know how I feel. Oh, freedom is mine, and I know how I feel. Nina Simone understood something profound. You can't change your emotional state if you can't identify it first. And you can't name what you're feeling if you first acknowledge that you don't know. And just like music has scales and progressions, emotions have a hierarchy, a map you can learn to navigate, which I'll show you in my emotional identification system. Step 1. Notice your body first, not your thoughts. Your body knows what you're feeling before your brain does. Instead of asking, "What am I thinking?" ask, "What am I sensing?" Is your chest tight, your mouth dried up, or do you feel bloated? Personally, when I feel extreme fear, my mouth dries up and I'm unable to pronounce words properly. Your body is the first clue. And then step 2, ask, what's my view of the world right now? When you identify the worldview, you identify the emotion. If you're thinking, nothing matters, why bother? That's apathy. If you're thinking, I'm not enough, I'm broken, that's shame. Your thoughts reveal your emotional location. And then step 3, use the map of consciousness as your reference. The map of consciousness, developed by Dr. David Hawkins, organizes human emotions on a logarithmic scale from 20 to 1,000. Each level represents a different emotional state with its own energy signature. For practical everyday use, I've narrowed it down to an upper limit of 600. Each emotion has a specific viewpoint, a specific energy, and a specific way of seeing the world. As you identify and are able to let go of your negative emotions, the positive ones surface. It starts with emotions and viewpoints at the bottom, like level 20, shame. Telling yourself, I'm flawed, I'm worthless. Then comes grief at 75. I've lost something, it's gone forever. Level 125. I need that to be happy, I'm incomplete without it. Level 175. I'm better than them, I need to prove my worth. We then reach the breakthrough threshold where victim mindset starts to dissolve with courage at level 200, when you say, I can handle this and I'm willing to try. Acceptance at 350, embracing your circumstances. Reason at 400, which is when you start problem solving. And reach internal peace at 600, where the external circumstances don't disturb you within. So when I'm stuck, I literally go through this list and ask, which viewpoint matches what I'm experiencing right now? And usually within a minute, I land on it. Oh, I'm in fear. That's why my chest is tight and I keep catastrophizing. When you get specific, your nervous system can finally relax. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh yes, it will. A change really came when I started using the map. I could address what I was feeling and ask, are these thoughts even mine, or were they fed to me? Then it shifted. I went from I feel anxious to I feel shame about not meeting spoon-fed standards. Because you can't heal what you can't name. And here's a little song to identify that for you. I've been running circles in my mind, chasing feelings I can't seem to find. Lost the language somewhere down the line. Now I'm going back to the start to find. Now I'm going back to the start to find. You know that line, going back to the start? It's not about regret, it's about awareness. Sometimes the only way to understand what we're feeling now is to trace the steps that led us here. To go back, not to punish ourselves, but to see clearly where we lost the language for our own emotions. That's what this map of consciousness really is. A way back to your starting point. A way to meet yourself again without the noise, without the labels, and without the shame. Because every emotion you name brings you closer to the truth you've been trying to remember all along. If this helped you, I've created a free one-page quick map of consciousness reference guide and a complete emotional calibration worksheet to help you identify what you're feeling in minutes. Link in the description below. And also comment the emotion you're feeling before and after using the map of consciousness. I'll read every single one. Because emotional clarity isn't a luxury. It's the foundation of everything else. We live in an emotion economy. I'll see you in the next one.